guys. So today we're going to talk about something that I personally feel very strongly about, and that's whether or not more venomous species belong in the hobby. Things like Sicarius, Hottentotta, Liurus, Tityus for certain species. There's so many variables to it that I don't know as a whole if our industry is aware that if an accident does happen when it comes to one of these animals, whether it be Hottentotta franzwerneri like I have here, a Sicarius tomicides like I have here, even a Tityus stigmurus like I have here. If any of these animals get sold to someone who doesn't know what they're doing and they get injured, it doesn't affect only that person, it affects the whole hobby, our whole industry, because now they start to question, why are these animals available in the country so readily? Why aren't the sellers cross-referencing and asking people these questions, making sure they're over 18 years old, making sure they're at least somewhat aware that things are potentially hazardous to your health, like these Tityus stigmurus. I bought these, I had these purchased for me locally off of a buy and sell website called Kijiji. They were free for $50 Canadian. The seller not once mentioned that they are potentially hazardous. They may not kill you, sure, but a sting is definitely going to put a hurting on you. But not once was that asked. The age verification wasn't there. No questions at all were brought up when these animals were sold. And it wasn't even me who purchased them. It was my partner who doesn't know anything about them. So she could have been full on putting her hands in there and get stung, and next thing you know, she's in the hospital in severe pain. And now the hospital's looking into why this readily available for super cheap scorpion stung this person that's from South America. I think myself, as a whole, whether we're breeders, whether we're keepers, we just need to kind of step back and think about this. Whether this Hottentotta franzwerneri is an appropriate animal for you. Can you safely house this in your house, where your kids, your pets, and no one's going to randomly just open this up, nonchalant, and start putting their hands in there? I don't keep any of my more venomous species here at the facility for that exact reason. I do have a lot of you guys come by just to poke around, see, pick up your orders, things like that, because we're open to the public. I don't want an animal like this Hottentotta franzwerneri having an accident with a client, or with a little kid for that matter. There was, not that long ago, I picked up a Hottentotta jacari, a franzwerneri, and this tomicide, actually, from a young boy, several provinces away. He was 14. He was 14 and had these animals for at least a year prior. So someone in this coast-to-coast country sold a minor at 13 years old these highly venomous animals. Sure, he didn't get hurt, but accidents do happen. From my perspective, as a breeder, as a hobbyist, everything, I just think we need to start trying to do better. Whether we're, from my end, I ask every customer. If I went to sell this franzwerneri to someone, I would ask them how long they've been keeping venomous scorpions. Asking if they're aware of how dangerous the animal can be. And that goes for anything venomous. And I think that whether we're hobbyists selling them on just it's an animal we need to rehome, or a breeder that's breeding these animals on a large scale, I don't breed any of these animals. The Tityus, I will breed, because they're parthenogenic. Hottentotta, Sicarius, I won't breed. I don't believe there's enough clientele in my area with enough experience to house animals like this. Not on the scale that they're going to breed. And personally, I don't need 30, 40, 50 of these animals. I enjoy working with them, yes. Yes, in my personal collection, I do enjoy them. I actually have 4 Hottentotta franzwerneri, and I have several Hottentotta jacari, and another several Liurus and Jordanensis and Quinstratus, all kinds of stuff, but I don't keep them where they can be exposed to inexperienced keepers or children or my other pets, because that's not safekeeping. That's not where our industry needs to go. Our industry needs to start self-policing, I guess you could say. We need to start stepping up and making sure that other keepers aren't selling to inexperienced keepers, so that we have problems like the snake community has now with retics and rock pythons and Burmese. All those happen because accidents happen. All those bylaws get stipulated harder and harder because of accidents happening. I don't want to see that happen with our industry. But that's enough of my rant. We are going to feed the six-eyed sand spider, the Sicarius commissi. So as you can see, he's sitting right here. He's got his little legs, his little leg there, little bum hanging out there, and I have a little discoid roach right here that I'm going to try and kind of plop right in front of him, hoping that he will grab it, because these guys are a extreme ambush predator and very exciting to watch feed. And the discoid is well aware that it is likely in danger and doesn't want to move at this point. So we're going to boop him a little bit. And we're just going to wait. Hopefully he starts moving. But as we're zoomed in on the spider's enclosure, this was a mountain of clay. And that little spider dug this little burrow and decided to dig it all out, which was kind of funny to me. I noticed it when we were bringing him down for the travels this morning. And our discoid decides that he's going to burrow himself, and the six-eye came out. Spring to action. Oh. They're not exactly the fastest at ambushing unless they grab it immediately. So I'm really hoping that roach doesn't get an opportunity to bury itself fully before he realizes that it's food. Because they are very timid of a spider, strangely enough, even though their venom is so strong. So I don't overly want to have to poke that roach out of the substrate. So we were going to poke front of the roach, hopefully to get it back up. Our sand spider is very hungry. We dug out the roach for him. So hopefully as soon as that roach starts moving again, because I feed these guys usually every 4 to 5 weeks. Because if you feed them too much, they grow too quickly. I keep a similar regimen with a lot of my slower true spiders. I don't know if he really wants this roach. It's a little bit on the bigger side, but it shouldn't have been an issue for him to take down. Probably going to end up speeding this up, hopefully. You can see him kind of tapping his pedipalp along his back, trying to get him to move, but that's instilling the roach not to move. Oh, he's dug him out now. Just gotta wait for him to just actually bite down. Oh, there we go. And we have envenomation. And that roach won't last very long. But our little Sicarius there is now going to zip around until he finds a suitable spot to snack on his roach.